Are you ready?
Well, it doesn't matter. We're live.
Ah!
No screaming unless you're playing Carmosa.
Sorry, I can't get the voice from Carmosa.
What? You can't scream and shriek at people?
No!
Why not?
Because then I would be my mother. And sadly, I am not my mother.
I don't know if that's a sad thing. I think that might be a good thing.
Do we want to play this by just doing it, or do you want me to pull up a guide?
I mean, I don't think it should be that hard if we're actually, like, actively going for it, because I've definitely just gotten them.
We just have to seduce people better.
You mean click the seduce button?
Yes. That's what I mean by seduce people better. Is that how everyone seduces people?
By pressing a button? Oh my god, that sounds great.
By clicking the seduce button?
Alright, let's get this over with. Let's just date these fucking guys, and then we can move on to our next game.
Oh, the next game's gonna be interesting.
What are we doing next?
Every game we play on this is interesting.
Yeah. What are we playing next?
I think we planned for it to be Hustle Cat.
I don't want more space in between.
Well, we'll figure it out then.
We'll find out. Anyway, let's do it, I guess. Ready?
I guess. No, I'm not.
Do I have a load file somewhere?
I'm not because I can't see anything.
Oh, right. Sorry. Alright,
now I'm ready.
New game? Load game? Probably new game, I guess.
Game speed through would probably be the fastest because we don't...
Whee! People should get what they deserve, bitches.
Boom, 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 boom.
Should I tell her the truth? Should I lie to her? I think we should also try to befriend Sophia this time.
Go for it.
Let's tell the truth.
I think we almost had to befriend Sophia, then we just... It went weird. We, like, befriended Sophia, but we just also befriended Gloria.
Yes. We don't have the, like, Sophia only. Is what I'm saying. Which is funny, because I feel like in the previous ones, I usually befriend Sophia and it's Gloria who I had more trouble with, I think. Nah. We're not going for no princes.
We're going for the pauper?
None of them are really paupers. One's a rich merchant, and the other's the captain of the guard.
Doesn't mean he has money.
He does well enough to be at the inn all the time.
That's true.
Alright. Okay, Gloria, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, blah, 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 blah. I don't really care. I don't really care. To the forest.
Because the seduce button exists.
Blah, blah, blah. Let's go to the lake. I love the lake. Yes.
Town.
Finally at the town. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, right, I'm gonna have to voice him.
Yeah, you're gonna have to voice him.
Let's ask.
I understand.
Seductive.
Oh, crap.
Are you ready to voice being seductive?
No.
Too bad!
Oh, it's 200 sovereigns?
And that was the original estimate, yes.
Oh, It's that much, even for me.
I'm not sure what you mean.
You and I go so far back, and I've always thought there was something special between us. You know, a spark?
That's so awkward.
I thought that with a relationship as close as ours, you'd treat me differently from Carmosa.
Well, a customer is a customer.
That may be true, but I like you more than your other customers do. Don't you feel the same way about me?
I feel like this is such a shitty way of manipulating your friend.
It is.
Wait, are you trying to charm me, Cinders? Because I think you're really overdoing the whole flutter your eyelashes business.
It's not like I've had a lot of chance to practice, so you better start appreciating my efforts.
I'm just trying to give an honest criticism here, friend to a friend. But sure, you are special to me. I don't suppose 175 sovereigns would satisfy you.
That sounds perfect. It's just sweet of you to lower the price for me.
I'm really shocked. You were never like this when we were children. You changed.
You mean...
There's no mistaking you for a child anymore. You've definitely become a woman.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
It was meant as one. I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but you're really not so different from Carmosa.
Carmosa would totally try to seduce Tobias.
No. She just seduced her way into owning a noble house. I mean, if we're going for Tobias, we don't really need to talk to Perot.
No, we don't.
Let's just bring it back. Should we go to the forest again?
Should we?
Let's go! I don't know. For fun. Should I go check? Should I hurry home?
If you want.
I don't know.
Depends
Let's just
on
hurry
what
home.
you want. It's getting late, and even if the wraith were gone, what would that accomplish? I should hurry home before it gets too dark out.
Well. Cinders! Do you have any idea what time it is, you useless girl? Where have you been all this time? I think you should talk back at her. I'm gonna save, but I feel like it's interesting if we keep it.
Keep it. Well, he said the price was 200 gold pieces, so that is what I paid him.
Why am I not surprised? I suppose it is foolishness to expect more from a girl as disjointed from reality as you.
What are you talking about?
You never take the first offer! Anyone who conducts business, no! Anyone in their right mind knows this! Knows that!
There's this, there's that. There's every which thing. But at least I was able to get away from the house for most of the day. I always love going into town. Not to mention I still have some money left over from the deal today. Maybe I could buy something nice for myself with it. Can't believe how exhausted I am after today, though. I'd probably say you follow and then believe Tobias.
Yeah, I think so.
That
I
would
would
probably
agree with
get
that.
you the most relationship.
Confront him now, I guess, then?
Confront and believe.
blah, 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 blah. Yes, we do
Trust. Alright, I trust you. You've always been a good friend, Tobias, and I know you would never do anything to hurt me. I'm sorry I jumped to such an unkind assumption.
It is unfortunate that I have to deal with Carmosa. I didn't want you to have to get involved in something like this. But a customer is a customer, you know.
I understand. We're not children anymore. You have to make a living. Life as an adult is hard, isn't it?
That it is. I'm amazed that you managed to find us, though. You're pretty daring.
Daring and restless. I feel like my life is rushing past me, and I haven't done anything worthwhile. I need to do something. Anything. As long as it's meaningful. I can't live like this forever.
No, you can't. I suppose you'll have to learn the truth sooner or later.
What are you talking about?
I can't explain it just yet. Not in our present company, at least. Oi, boss. Don't you trust me? No. Come see me sometime this week, and I'll explain everything. And please don't tell anyone you saw this.
Of course. Thank you so much, Tobias. I should probably head home now, though.
It's dangerous this time of night. We could escort you back to the house if you want.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
We
Walk
should
me
totally have, Tobias and Shady Guy.
Maybe just Tobias.
It looks like my room's empty. I just have to climb back in through the window.
You snuck out the window? I can't say I'm not impressed. I'm really bad at this accent.
Doesn't matter.
You should have just kept this character.
It's fun.
With it's like that, it'd be simple for her to be a professional burglar. And what would you know about being a professional burglar? Nothing, boss. It was just a passing thought.
Any more talking, you two will alert the house. Thank you for escorting me back, but I'm fine now. But you should really get going before someone hears you.
Wait, this is probably a lot to ask, but I was wondering if I could see how you're living now. It's been years since I last visited. Might I come in for just a moment?
Yeah. Okay, but only for a moment. You have to be quiet.
So, this is your room now.
It is?
Wasn't this the servant's kitchen last time I was here?
It was. That's before Father died, though. Moving me here was my sister's idea. Father called me Cinders because it matched the color of my hair. My sisters decided it would be more amusing. They took the name literally and made me live among the Cinders. Naturally, Carmos had no objections.
You're not getting along with Carmosa's daughters, are you?
They can be cruel more often than not.
No doubt they're trying to impress their mother. You've only been with the woman for a few years. Just imagine what their childhood was like.
It may have been terrible, but I wish they wouldn't take it out on me.
Well, I do like what you've done with the room. It might not be much, but it's clear that you've taken good care of it. It's cozy in here and nicely decorated. Hey, boss, you really gotta scram before the lady of the house catches us. And there comes the world, trying to separate us again. If only we could be alone for once. Or maybe not.
Yes, that would be nice.
Well, I must leave now. Maybe some other time. I'm glad I could at least see how you're doing.
And I'm glad I could have a visitor, even for just a short time. Yeah.
Don't forget to come visit me later.
Don't worry, I'll be there. Take care. What a night. It's so late. I should really try to get some sleep. It certainly won't be easy to sleep after all that's happened, though. Bow, bow, bow.
Whee!
And Shady ended up here, and somehow.
Shady still went out and got super drunk.
Where is he buying alcohol at in the middle of the night?
From the inn, probably. I hope this is the right answer. For many reasons.
Either that or political gains is the plus.
Let's just safe.
Not like this ultimately matters.
It might matter in terms of, like, how much she likes us at the end.
You're not worthless.
Oh, I didn't see how that conversation ended up. Oh well. Blah 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 blah
It's time to
blah blah
ask,
blah blah
do you
blah.
believe in magic in a young girl's heart?
Hmm?
What?
You're a little early. We haven't gotten to that question yet. There you go.
Oh no! It's, do you believe magic in a young girl's heart? I prefer to believe in myself. Crap, this is also me!
Yep.
Gosh dang it. But that didn't really answer the question. Well, it hardly matters whether magic is real or not. Some people think that their life is ruled by fate. In reality, it's just easier for them to blame everything on fairies instead of their own mistakes. I prefer to take my fate into my own hands. So it doesn't matter if magic exists. I'll still aim for what I want. What a rare and refreshing outlook on life, especially for a young girl. Most women in this weird country seem content to accept whatever is handed to them. Perhaps you'd like to come visit my shop the next time you're in town? Tomorrow, maybe?
Yeah, let's skip ahead to tomorrow. Sounds good to me.
Yeah! The magic of the skip.
He seemed more bothered when we said fine.
Well, yeah, because I think he expected somebody to pry.
Let's ask Sophia.
Well, you have the best relationship with Sophia. You seem to always have a good grasp on what's going on here.
I usually do, regardless of what Mother and Gloria think. The strange man came by earlier today. He said he had important information for the lady of the house. Gloria tried to send him away, but Mother ordered her to let him in.
Do you have any idea what his information was?
Well, I wasn't really invited to their secret meeting.
Fine. That's too bad. I was hoping that you'd know a little more.
I said I wasn't invited. I didn't say I didn't go. I managed to overhear them talking about a grand ball. Something going on at the palace, it seems. That's all I heard.
What's the grand ball?
I haven't got a clue. This is the first time I've heard about it.
Well, thank you for the information.
I don't see why you're thanking me. It's hardly a secret. Anyway,
I think you
you
missed the
should hurry
exciting
up and
part
get to
about
the
it. Think you missed the exciting part about the secret?
Ah, it's hardly an exciting secret. Anyway, you should hurry up and get to the dining room. Mother would maul us both if you were late. Sorry, I've got a cat halfway on my lap. I can't read. I can't focus. Gotta focus
Well,
on the
that's a
kitty
personal
boy.
problem. That's a personal problem.
I think we could be friends.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ooh. Ooh.
Well, Sophia has a point, Gloria. For once, you're claiming leadership when no one even asked you to. If Carmosa didn't appoint someone, doesn't that mean she didn't find it necessary to leave anyone in charge? Maybe she thought we'd actually be able to handle ourselves for 2 days. This is a rare chance. We're free of our rule for a little bit. You should enjoy it instead of arguing about it.
You see, even Cinders figured it out. With Carmosa gone, we're getting a break. You don't have to ruin our fun with your sad imitation of her. Both of you are hopeless. Your rebellious behavior is exactly why someone needs to take charge. But I suppose I can't stop you. Go ahead and have your fun, if you're so smart and responsible.
Cut it out. Are we ignoring the more important matter at hand? The skip button.
Yes, exactly. Guess we should tell her.
Sure.
We might not fully befriend her, but like...
What do you want? Isn't there someone else you can bother?
No, I'm not gonna go see Pro. I mean, I just want to go into town. I just want to go into town. Yeah, that's what I said. I thought I'd let you know.
Oh, well, how considerate of you. But why should I let you go?
Because the skip button exists.
Skip, blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah. It might be true, but how would you know that? Even if you did know, Mother, you hardly know anything about me. Well, you surely are a clever one. It's true I don't know you well, but I've observed you recently. You observed me? I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that. I'm sorry. I just wanted to know how my friend's daughter was faring. And it was impossible to just go and visit you. Is that Carmosa's doing? Ah, Lady Carmosa. Father always was attracted to extraordinary women.
Sure. She's some kind of extraordinary.
There are people.
Blah, blah, blah. Let's visit Tobias. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah.
I understand.
Before you do, I wanted to ask you something myself.
Yes? What is it?
I really enjoyed seeing you again. I missed our time together as children. But more than that, I miss our time together now as adults. You've changed into such an intelligent and beautiful woman. I was wondering if you'd like to dine with me tonight. I'd love to have more time to talk with you.
Wait, Are you asking me out?
Yes, I am. What would you say? We might not have this opportunity after Carmosa returns. Great, we got a date.
I'd love to. Gloria might be angry if I return late, but I hardly care about that.
Wonderful. So it's a date then. Wait for me at the town square at dusk. I'll join you once I close up the shop.
I'll be there. Take care, Tobias.
I'll see you later, Cinders.
It was nice seeing Tobias again, especially so soon. And I certainly learned a lot from this trip. Skip.
No, can't skip.
Oh, jeez. Never would have guessed that Carmosa is struggling with finances. Might be able to use this knowledge.
I think it's a little different from what we saw before.
I definitely need to find that shady vagabond and learn more from him as well.
Also, we didn't get asked out before.
I have to give Tobias one thing. Every time I visit him, he seems to have some kind words and insight. He's such a good friend to me. Or maybe something more than that. Looks like we actually have a date set. It's strange, but I'm a little bit nervous, even though I've known him for so long. He was always just a childhood friend to me, and now that I look at him, he's a smart and handsome man. Come to think of it, I don't know if there's ever been a woman in his life. Never even got the chance to talk to him about anything in his personal life. I suppose tonight we'll fix that. It's getting late, but I think I have time to visit one more place. Stop by the inn or leave and go to the lake and see what that weird dream tonight was about.
I think that we should actually meet Perot.
Oh?
Just to, like, meet him. So he's not like, who's that?
Go for it.
Also, because I'm curious what the dialogue will be different here.
Will it be?
Maybe?
Ian seems like the best idea.
We'll find out.
Should we?
Oh, no.
That's to say. Was it really necessary for you to go kill them? Surely you could have let them live. It was not my choice. They chose that path when they put an innocent life at risk. I'm sure those bandits were just desperate and not thinking clearly. It's cruel to take someone's life just because of a poor decision. That's a fair argument, but what would you have me do? Would you rather risk the life of the child who did nothing wrong? Or better yet, should I leave the fate of the bandit and child to the crowd? What if they tried to break in and the bandits decided to kill the boy? Or maybe the crowd would have burned the house down and everyone would have died slowly. At least by my sword, those men were given a swift death. It's my duty to uphold the peace. That is what I did. You hide behind your obligation, but it's still your choice to spare a life or take it. Can you really sleep well with such a flimsy excuse as duty? ... You have an interesting way of thinking. Something I've considered before. You're an interesting girl. Might I know your name? I'm called Cinders. An odd choice. Well, my name is Perot. My father used to call me that because of my hair. Now it's stuck, though in the mouths of my sisters it sounds more like an insult. I see. Then I wish you well, Cinders.
Yeah. We'll see you another time, Perot.
No, we won't.
Yeah, we will at the ball. Well, we won't see him. He'll see us,
We
though.
won't see him, he'll see us. The sun is already setting. Spent the whole day in the town, and what a day it was. Guess time flies when you're having interesting chats with people you normally have no chance to talk to. Oh, how I wish life was a fairy tale and I could do that every day. And yet life is what it is, and I have never even been able to stay in town past sunset. When I was a child, I had to head back to the residence for safety. I should head back home. Why did I agree to go out with Tobias tonight again? I must have been out of my mind. If I do go out with him and get back late, Gloria will surely throw a fit. And she does not look pretty when that happens. She bring a shield. A big one to fend off the insult she will surely aim at me.
I'm sure you can buy that shield. From Tobias.
Gosh dang it. Does Tobias sell shields? Probably not. But he is a good friend. That is a rare thing. At least for me it is. My life does not offer a lot of opportunities for friendship. And tonight, I'm also risking spoiling the one I have.
Spoilers.
Spoiler, no spoiling! It is a bit too late for second thoughts, though. I have made the decision, and I will have to deal with the consequences when they come. Might as well just sit on the bench here, relax, and watch the sunset. Tobias is sure to finish work soon. A week ago, someone told me I'd be sitting in the town square waiting for a man. I never would have believed that. Believed it. Whatever.
Soon be sitting.
Heck, if a week ago someone told me I'd consider Tobias a man, the same man that tried to bet everyone he'd eaten earthworm and considered sneaking up and pulling other children's pants down a lot of fun.
Such fun.
Yet here I am, waiting for him. He ought to be here by now. He really should hurry up before I change my mind.
Hello again, Cinders. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting.
You should be. I should storm out of here sulking. Why did I wait, I wonder?
Because you want to spend the evening with a brilliant young man who offers an interesting, sparkling conversation?
Oh, so you brought someone with you?
Ouch. Okay, maybe I deserved that. But please don't be mad. I have a very good excuse for being late. There was this fat man at my store. He had a big, curved-up mustache, and he was really huge.
And he got stuck in your doorway, preventing you from going out? So you tried to pull him out, and you huffed and puffed, but he still stood there?
I'm serious. There was an enormously large customer in my shop. He was picking chocolates and candy. He wandered around asking about this and that, unable to make any decision. He sampled every single edible thing I have for sale, and even then it took him what seemed like hours to make up his mind and choose the kind he wanted. I had to give him a discount, as fat as he was, to finally get rid of him and be able to come here.
Oh, how chivalrous of you to put me before your own profits.
Always, milady. Gross. ...
So how about that sparkling conversation you offer? What topic shall we begin with?
Oh, I'm not a good interlocutor when I'm hungry. I don't know about you, but I am starving right now. What would you say about a trip to the inn? I know the place is a bit shady, but I know the owners, so we can be sure to find a free table. Little does he know that we were just at the inn.
But were we eating there?
I don't know. We skipped through it, so I don't remember. Your waist is so slim, I half expect you not to eat it all and live solely on air and little sunshine, but you simply have to try their ribs. So how about it?
Sounds good.
I am glad to hear that. After you? Come on, let's find ourselves a nice table. How about that one by the mantelpiece?
It looks perfect. Tobias, are you alright? You seem a bit pale.
I apologize, Cinders. I'm just really hungry. Believe it or not, but a busy day at the store can sometimes be as wearisome as...
Chopping wood?
Yes, you could say that. That, or carrying water from the well, or working stone at a quarry.
I wouldn't know about the quarry, but water and wood seem all too familiar to me.
Of course, I'm sure they would be. How silly of me to complain to you about hard work. I apologize.
Stop apologizing and order something before you faint, and force me to aid carrying you back to your house to my list of chores.
Aid carrying you?
To add, I can't read.
I shall never be caught denying a request of a lady. Now, let's get that meal. Where are my manners? You're my guest, so it's only proper if you order first.
You're too kind, sir. Believe me, I'm not used to this kind of treatment, but I think I'm beginning to like it. As for the meal, I'll get what you're having. No time to lose. If we want to save you from certain death. You really shouldn't be eating supper this late, you realize. It's neither healthy nor polite.
Oh, I see. This is about my not-so-chivalrous lack of punctuality.
A knight really shouldn't be keeping his princess waiting, or he may end up feeling hungrier than the dragon.
And find himself eating the princess instead of marrying her. Oh my, that didn't come out right. Just in time, the drinks are here. Please excuse me while I drown myself and die of disgrace.
Tobias, you really need to relax a bit. You seem to be even more nervous than I am. Besides, I have more reasons to feel uneasy right now. Not only should I be home already, soundly sleeping in my bed like any decent lady should be at this hour, or helping the servants with their evening routine, as they should be according to Gramercy. I also shouldn't be, I don't know, playing a princess, I guess?
If you're referring to us going for a date, because I'm not really sure I'm still following this fairy tale metaphor thing we've got going on, maybe we could start speaking more plainly from now on?
Yes, Tobias, I'd like that. Even fairy tales shouldn't be too convoluted.
It's okay if you feel awkward. I mean, not in a bad way. We're not doing anything bad.
I think I know what you're trying to say. It does feel strange to go out like this. I mean, we've known each other since childhood.
Exactly. It's like one moment we're children playing guards and bandits.
Fiends and fortresses.
Or dens and doctors.
I don't think I remember that one.
And now, suddenly, we're adults playing who knows what.
You're right, of course. But isn't this the point of being all grown up? Being able to play games without anyone telling you to?
Play them safely.
Yeah. I guess we're not children anymore, and we can't do this the same way that we used to. Being nervous is only a sign that we're aware enough of what may happen, what may be already happening. Children are carefree due to ignorance, which we can no longer afford.
A very keen observation, Cinders. I think you've managed to grasp exactly what is going on right now. Which isn't really surprising, since you're the one who has arranged this situation. I may not be as observant as you, certainly not as good with words, but what I want to say is that I think Oh, I don't know.
Oh, come on. Now you have to tell me. What is it?
Alright. I got the impression that you've been flirting with me for the last few days.
What?
Now, I may be just a humble merchant, but reading people comes with the trade. And you certainly weren't this nice before. Not this kind of nice, anyway.
We pressed the seduce button. What do you mean we've been flirting with you?
Was I flirty?
Maybe. Yeah, it was. Or I was just friendly.
Be seductive! I was just friendly. Yes,
are we
we
going
were
with
definitely flirting.
maybe or yeah? Of course I was flirting. I hope you're not feeling threatened by women who take control. You prefer to stop reflecting and start acting?
Not at all. I'm more than comfortable with that. Besides, like you said, perhaps I'm slightly too far on the reflective side. But not far enough not to respond to a beautiful woman's attention.
Well, I certainly hope you're not. You've barely seen a peek of how attentive I can be. And I'd hate to see you running for the door because you prefer damsels who wait and pine.
No, we oak.
Are you a boy or a girl?
I don't know. What are we?
I'm a shrub.
You are not a shrub. I thought you promised. No more fairy tale metaphors.
I'll try.
Saved by the plates. Thankfully, our meals are here and we can stuff our faces silly. Let's eat! Even though at no point in this conversation did we actually talk to a server and order.
Shh. Oh, it sure looks good. Actually, I'm surprised. Yen doesn't seem like a place that would serve meals like this.
Oh yes, their chef is excellent.
They even have a chef?
Surely they do. They may be just a local inn, but the food here is quite well known. According to some, the old king himself liked to dine here from time to time.
This must surely be a rumor spread by the cook.
Chef Cinders. And no, quite the contrary. He denies it. But it only makes the people more suspicious. Besides, those who remember the old king have little trouble believing the story. He truly was a great monarch, royal splendor and honor embodied. Just and strong, but also kind and caring for the people. He was a ruler, but not a distant one, and people still miss him. Coming here and eating the food he allegedly favored gives them comfort.
And what kind of food was that exactly?
Why, the royal cucumber soup, of course.
You cannot be serious.
Cross my heart.
But you must realize how ridiculous it sounds.
Like I said, underneath, the old king was a humble man.
You're obviously pulling my leg.
I am shocked and appalled by such baseless accusations.
You're impossible, Tobias. Still, the meal is delicious. Wish I could come here more often.
Can't afford that many comforts living with Carmosa, can you? Do you believe me if I said that only now I'm beginning to understand her situation? How it changed after your father had died. We may be childhood friends, but I don't really know you that well, Cinders. Actually, I think there are some farmers and traders whom I know better than you.
There is really nothing special to tell. My life isn't that interesting, and for the most part, it's completely uneventful. Besides, we both know how my situation looks these days. I prefer not to dwell too much on this topic, if that's fine with you.
Of course. I didn't mean to spoil your mood.
I know. You know what would make me...
Sorry.
You know what would make a really nice subject for our conversation?
Yes?
You.
Oh no.
I bet that Tobias, the merchant, has some really interesting stories to tell.
Somehow I doubt that, but alright. What do you want to hear about?
Well, there's an obvious answer.
I feel like it's almost too obvious.
Too obvious it hurts?
I'm gonna save. I feel like that's a trap. I think we should ask about this one.
Okay, but like fall into the trap.
I might go back.
I want to know why this young and handsome and successful shopkeeper remained a bachelor all this time. What's going on inside his heart?
You can be very inquisitive, Cinders. The answer is very boring. I simply haven't found the right woman yet.
But how is that possible? I'm sure there were and are dozens of ladies dreaming about becoming Mrs. Tobias.
Oh, of course there were. Scores of them. I'm joking, Cinders. But you're right, there were some candidates. Nothing more than that. It never lasted very long with any of them.
I never have guessed you were so picky about looks.
It's not that I'm not very picky. The problem lies elsewhere. Most of the girls I met weren't really interested in me. You said it yourself, Cinders. I'm a shopkeeper. People see my store and they know that I'm doing well. When they look at me, what do you think they see?
A leprechaun.
Huh?
A leprechaun.
Rude. Just because he's wearing green. Those girls I used to meet with, most of them didn't even bother to act like they were really interested. What they were offering was a deal, a transaction. Their good looks and company for my stability and financial security.
Are you trying to tell me that girls don't dream about true romance anymore? I'm sure some of them were looking for a prince rather than a purse.
You're right. There was that one girl. Are you sure you want me to tell you about it?
Tobias, I wouldn't be asking out of false politeness. I really want to know. Besides, you never told me anything about your love life, and I'm really curious.
Alright, there was this one girl. She was pretty and really nice. She really seemed to be interested in me. She always looked at me when we were talking. Unlike some of the other girls, she was really paying attention to my every word. And she had a very cute smile, too. I thought she really liked me.
And what went wrong?
It's a little embarrassing, really. After a while, I noticed that the reason she looked at me so intensely each time we were talking was because, well, I really shouldn't be too critical. She was very nice, you see.
Just say it already.
She stared at me because she didn't understand most of the words I was using, and she thought I was reciting her poetry. ...
She thought what?
I told you it's embarrassing. She wasn't very bright, you know. And also, she would sometimes breathe through her mouth, also while eating or drinking. Oh, it was a disaster, Cinders. I tried to explain it to myself that it's actually an asset, that she's original.
1 in a million.
But it drove me mad eventually. I realized that spending my entire life with her would be quite hellish. Eventually, we had nothing to talk about, nothing to share. It was dull.
I see. Never realized how difficult it must be finding a good wife. Now that you've told me all that, I wonder who that would be actually. What is she like? The perfect candidate for Mrs. Tobias.
Oh, I'm not asking for that much. She has to be smart, beautiful, supportive, and faithful.
Looks like you are looking for a real gem then. Are you sure women like that walk this earth? Or maybe you're just imagining some fairy tale princess.
A princess? Oh no, heaven forbid. My ideal woman exists. I know she does. ... And what about you, Cinders? Has some dashing prince caught your eye recently by any chance?
It's not that simple, Tobias. You know the kind of life I have.
I honestly kind of feel like we should go back and choose the other topic because... Like, what kind of day do you talk about your exes?
Practically a prisoner of my own home. I can hardly leave without Carmosa trying to control my every step. Can't really afford to fall for anyone, and I don't think about it that much.
Looks like yet another dream that woman has stripped you of. I'm sorry, Cinders. I see you finished your meal.
Oh yes, it was delicious. Thank you, Tobias.
Would you like to go for a walk then? I'm gonna go back. I'll save. Just in case. But I'm gonna go back because I really think the other one would have been better.
I mean, they are childhood friends.
Yeah, but like, it's a weird thing to discuss on a date.
Remember how we used to fantasize about being all grown up?
I remember you wanting to be a fairy, if I'm not mistaken.
And you, a general of the king's army?
Oh, he dreamed about being Perot.
But I want to reminisce. I'm interested in your dreams now.
Dreams, eh? Well, there are all sorts of dreams, you know. There are those which you carry for a lifetime, and those that vanish after 1 week. The latter type includes, oh please, may the sugar trader come on time this month. But I'm guessing you're asking about the other kind, are you not?
As much as I respect all people who find the sugar market fascinating, I prefer to hear about your plans for a happy life instead.
A happy life. Now that's a nice topic and a really simple question. You know, I had grown up a bit faster than the rest of the children, leaving those childhood fantasies behind me. But I don't regret it. My adult dreams are simple enough. I'd like my business to be successful, and I'd like to find a good wife, have children, and eventually retire. Calm, happy, and secure life. That's my idea of happiness.
Without any regrets about not becoming a royal general?
None at all.
So it's just riches and love?
Yes, just riches and love. It may not seem like much or seem boring to you, but reaching such a goal still requires lots of hard work. I may never ride a white horse, leading a host of my men into battle, but it doesn't mean I can't be happy. You know what? I am quite happy with the way things are, actually. I don't expect things to change dramatically, and I am content with that. I have an honest trade for honest people, and that's who I want to be in my life. An honest man.
Maybe you don't want things to change in a dramatic way, but according to what you're saying, one element of your plan is still missing. So which one would you choose if you had to?
I'm sorry, Cinders. You've lost me there. Choose between what?
Between love and riches. Don't you know the stories? Sometimes you can't have both.
Oh, I do remember the stories, and I think I agree with how they usually teach to value one over the other. Love. That is my choice. Money, or rather the sense of security and peace of mind they give you, is important. but no money in the world can give you the kind of love I'm talking about. And as for being alone and rich, well, we can consult your stories about how that usually turns out. The love that I want, that I dream of, is enduring. It's both tender and strong. It can shield you from the world like the best armor. It will also give you strength to go out and confront it, and it will provide you with a place to get back to once your battles are all over. No money can buy you that.
Well, Mr. Merchant, you seem to be very good with words when you speak about the things you truly care about.
Or maybe just the things that I believe to be true.
Maybe. I wouldn't know that. Apart from the stories I read, I don't have any real experience. Neither with riches nor love.
Enough about me. Now I want to hear about your dream.
I don't have anything interesting to tell you, I'm afraid. I just don't know yet.
Surely there must be something you dream of?
I guess. Made a habit of not wanting things which are beyond my reach. And the way things are right now, everything seems to fall into that bag. But it doesn't matter. If I dream about marrying happily and having lots of children, or becoming the queen of the next glorious and just king,
Ha.
it's all equally unrealistic. So I prefer not to wish for anything, not to spend too much time dreaming.
You shouldn't worry too much about it. I'm sure a young woman with your wits and imagination will find her path in life without trouble. I know you well enough to be aware of how strong and determined you can be. You'll find your goals and you will achieve them.
Thank you, Tobias. It's exactly what I needed to hear. It's not often that I get support like that from anyone.
I see you finished your meal.
Oh, yes, it was delicious. Thank you, Tobias.
Would you like to go for a walk then? I can tell you're just as stuffed as I am. There's nothing nicer than having a stroll after a decent meal. Besides, the town looks really picturesque in the evening. Have you ever had a chance to see it?
Yes, it's very beautiful. I know, and strolls aren't very high on Hermos's list of things I should be doing.
It's decided then. Let's go.
Still, it's quite late. Are you sure it's safe to just walk around?
Don't worry. What could possibly happen? You're with me.
All right, Mr. Poet, let's go.
And his wife said, if you can't lie properly, at least have the decency to pay the poor man.
I had no idea that you could even order such things at your store.
Well, it is a general store, after all.
That's enough.
Is she drunk? I'm glad you liked my stories. Usually I can't really share them with anyone. Salesman's ethics, you know.
Well, I guess I should really thank you for sharing them with me then. And thanks for this evening. I had a great time.
Thanks for accepting my invitation. I'm glad we could talk and pick up on loose ends. I really missed talking with you, and I didn't even realize it. I feel like I've met this different person tonight. I've learned quite a lot about her.
You already knew me very well, Tobias.
That's what I'm trying to say. I didn't. At least not like this. You can hardly compare the relationship we had as children to us talking now. Besides, that connection was weakened when your father died. Do you remember that? One day we were talking at least once a week. The other you were the customer and I was the merchant.
Those weren't the happiest of times.
I could tell you were suffering, but wasn't even able to reach out to you. And after that, it just stayed that way. We would only speak about groceries or how much money Carmosa was willing to spend.
You're right. It all changed back then. It's nice to talk again. Forgot how much I need it. Tobias, do you think I've changed?
Of course you did. You used to be a girl, and now, There's this clever and beautiful woman standing in front of me.
Oh? Tell me more about her. Would you say that she's also likable?
Quite a lot, to be honest. ...
Since we're being honest, I must say that you've grown up to be a very nice man.
Now that is something this simple man is not used to. Flattery from a young woman, and the next season collection isn't even out yet. Actually, I am the one who got a real bargain this time. Thanks for agreeing to go out with me.
It's not exactly accurate. It was a pleasure for me as well, so it's hardly a bargain. More like a very fair and successful transaction.
True. So I guess you should be going back home now? It's really late, and I'm sure you'd hate to make your sisters worried.
Well?
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 Yeah, I should go get more water, I guess, huh?
You should make this choice first.
You should make the choice.
No, I think you should.
Alright, I guess I'm getting water first. I mean, I am about out of water, and... my throat. I'm talking so low.
Well, we're almost done?
Sort of. I mean, we're only like halfway through the week. And all of this was new, obviously.
Well, but not that much is gonna change. Not a crazy amount's gonna change once Carmosa's back.
I don't know. Maybe? We also are better friends with Sophia and less so with Gloria this time, so that's also gonna be different. Anyway, I'm gonna get water.
Okay. I'm gonna be awkward. Guess hello to anybody who's watching. Sap.
Hmm?
Said sap.
Hmm? Hmm? Hmm?
So what's your choice?
Well, I guess we're actually bothering to date someone. So I guess we should do the thing.
Should crash at their place? You know what? I think what really makes my sisters worried is actually me being outdoors late. The world is full of dangerous folk after all.
Oh, I guess.
So, since we're really concerned about the well-being of my sisters, their mental comfort, peace of mind, and such, the only humane way of behavior left is to go to your place.
Oh, really? I thought that you...
I can tell that you're not really convinced by my argument, but your house is just around the corner. There are no wild woods on the way, no wild and dangerous creatures.
Oh, I think you sound quite convincing, all right.
Think about it as granting a poor orphan shelter for the night in this terrible and increasingly uncaring world.
Oh, the times we live in.
I'm glad we understand each other.
Oh, we do, my poor orphan. But what about Gloria?
Oh, you want to call for her? She's not really the visiting type, if you know what I mean.
You're incredible, Cinders. No, I meant what about her certain and terrible retribution for your misdeeds?
You've just answered your own question. Retribution is already certain, and it will surely be terrible. Which means that I might as well break the rest of the rules and go all the way.
All the way? It certainly sounds interesting. Are you sure?
We're living in desperate times. Desperate times call for desperate measures. For my sister's sake, for Gloria, I am willing to make this decision without hesitation. Is this strange to you?
No, I guess not. But it is surprising to find you so very eager to make this sacrifice in the name of sisterly love. It also is happening quite fast, don't you think?
Remember how we used to play guards and bandits? Whichever role I played, I was always ahead of you.
It's true. You were always in a hurry. Always the quicker one. But also fast to talk and to dream.
This is no different. I don't want to wait. I don't like waiting. It only brings the moment of Carmosa's return closer.
I see. Yes, you're right. Come closer. Would you care to join me in my castle, my lady?
If by that you mean to ask me if I'd like to if I'd like to get to your place as fast as possible, then yes.
Your words are like honey. Now I'm really glad I've asked you out.
I'm glad too, but I really need to hurry, my champion, for my sister's sake. Now all I need is some cheese, or maybe honey. Let's see. It's a shame Tobias is so orderly. Can't find anything here. Never thought that finding food in a store can be this difficult. Oh, I'm starving. I feel like I spent entire night chopping wood.
Yep. You spent entire night.
Okay. Which in a way I did. Good thing Tobias is, oh my gosh.
Oh, God. Should I skim through this?
Please?
Cinders, I didn't expect you to be here.
Hello, Tobias. Did you expect me to vanish in the early morning mists like a fairy in a dream?
When I woke up and you were gone, the thought did cross my mind, yes, except for the fairy part.
Well, then you must learn one thing about this specimen of the little folk. I am starving.
I'm so glad that very awkward description was so fast and short, relatively. Oh, I see you found yourself something to eat already. There's some ham in the cabinet to your left, and you'll find some vegetables on the lower shelf to your right.
Really, Tobias? Is there a method to this madness? Why can't you keep all the food in one place? Do you have any milk?
Not yet, no. But the farmer should be here in about 15 minutes. He always comes before I open.
I'll manage without milk then. This is good. Wait, did you say 15 minutes?
Yes, I did. I should open soon. I may be my own boss, but it only makes me drive myself harder. I told you before, this merchant business can be hard work.
And yet, after all of that hard work yesterday, oh my gosh. Okay.
Yep. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. think we're safe now.
Are you sure?
Maybe. If not, I'll keep skipping. Cinders, listen to me. If this means something to you, if you have plans about me, just say it. I'm not expecting any theatrics. So don't feel forced to jump into my arms and shower me with kisses. I simply feel better knowing whether we start seeing each other on a regular basis.
Don't worry, I wouldn't do something so dramatic anyway.
I just want to know what's ahead of me. What are your plans, Cinders? I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save over that last one. What are our plans?
Well, what ending are we gonna go get?
I don't know.
Maybe we could just run away with Tobias?
Run away!
I see only one way out of this. We escape together.
Of course. Let me prepare my stallion. Oh wait, it's not fully paid off yet. I have 3 more installments to go. I'm sorry, love, but this prince has to get his finances straight first. Wait, you're serious? Save me, I fell for a crazy woman. Damn me and my poor judgment.
Not as crazy as you may think. Just testing my options. For us as a pair and Carmosa, there is no common ground, and nothing can be kept in secret forever. So as mad as it may sound to you, my risk-conscious friend, disappearing might in fact be our only chance to live the life we choose.
And what kind of life would that be? My surprisingly resourceful companion?
Must you ask? It will only work if we combine our strengths. Your skills and money with my wit.
And looks.
Oh, I really hate to base my living on that unless it's absolutely necessary.
So instead, we would base our living on what exactly?
Why change what's already working well? Opening another shop together sounds like the best chance we have. In another place, another town, maybe a different kingdom?
Whoa, hold on there, Cinders. It all sounds lovely, but there's a tiny detail you've missed. You're a daughter of a noble house, and I'm townfolk. It may be obvious to you that people fall in love in spite of things like that, but to the rest of the world it isn't. If we were to vanish, it wouldn't be seen as elopement. It would be seen as kidnapping, for ransom, or worse.
Me, for ransom. And who would pay it? Carmosa, the heart of gold.
This is what I'm trying to explain to you. People either don't know or don't care about things like that. They see only what they want to see, and in this situation they want one thing. Seeing those who break the rules chased, caught, and punished.
Even if the people know that the rules are nonsense and they stick to them only out of fear?
Some people believe they make sense, and others are just afraid. Regardless, none of them would like to see us as a tragic couple. They'd prefer to think that this is just about money. So running away like that is out of the question. We'd have to disappear completely. Wait, why am I even considering this? This is fantasy.
No, this is real life.
Caught in a landslide?
No escape from reality. You had no problems with fantasies last night. Oh my gosh. Why the sudden change of heart?
I'm serious, Cinders. We're not really... I don't even know what we aren't yet. Not in the type of relationship that makes planning how to bribe the city guards an ordinary thing, I guess. No, this is mad, Cinders. But not because it's risky. It's mad because to do this we'd have to be really, and I mean really serious about our relationship.
Are you having any doubts about that?
Shouldn't I? We've just slept together after our first date, and now we are planning how to escape together.
Sounds like a fairy tale.
Please excuse me while I spend eternity looking for a better definition of recklessness.
For love?
That remains to be seen. I can't decide right now, Cinders, and I think it's better this way for both our sakes. I need to be sure about us.
Alright, I understand. I'm not that impractical, you know?
I don't think you're impractical, just very thirsty for freedom.
Yes. She's thirsty just for freedom. You're right, of course. But I waited so long for a glimpse that now I want the whole thing. But I will wait for you. For both of us to be sure about doing things like this together.
I'm glad to hear that.
Perhaps I'm trying to put us in the shoes of some two-dimensional characters from the latest Dana Copper novel.
Oh. Ouch. I prefer you wouldn't. Those things are horrid.
But romance can be a good thing sometimes, even if it is a bit crazy, as long as it's well written.
I'll agree with you on that, Cinders. It's crazy.
I know.
Well, Cinders, you eat really fast. Are you in a hurry somewhere?
I don't want my lovely sisters to notice that I spent the night in a room with no bars in the windows. But that means I have to get there before dawn. Maybe impossible, but I have to try.
I see. Would you like me to keep you company? Shield you from the wolves and such?
With your muscular arms and mighty axe, Mr. Merchant?
Oh, I get it. So now I'm Mr. Merchant again. What happened to the lumberjack I owe? Like an object, a thing. Bark, bark.
Gosh dang it. I feel like a thief. And a good one, too. Nobody noticed me climbing through the window? Oh, if I only manage to continue my skillful deception tomorrow, then I won't have to explain a thing. I need to sleep. Maybe they'll forget to wake me up at dawn. You ought to give me a break. I feel like I've just come back from the moon. On foot. Wait.
Wait?
I don't know how to pronounce any of that.
As if you're really, really sleepy.
What is that trying to say, though?
I think the first part is I just want to
Yeah, but what's the Rolo part?
relax? I don't know. Just read it.
I just want to relax, Gloria. I can do it, alright? I did it.
Cinders?
I'm really sleepy. I need more sleep.
It's no wonder. You weren't here when I was going to sleep last night. You must have come home very late indeed. Perhaps I should ask you about your whereabouts. On the other hand, perhaps not. I shudder at the thought of your late-night shenanigans.
I guess it's not like Sophia asking like if we were working.
Working.
Just give me one moment to wake up. I'll be with you in a second. Up and ready to receive your just anger.
Listen, I realize we were never really on the best of terms, but what has been going on recently is something new indeed. If you really think that I will turn a blind eye on all your childish, egoistic exploits, then you need to think again.
What are you talking about, Gloria? I didn't do anything.
Oh, of course you didn't. You're far too smart for that. But do you think I haven't noticed all the little jabs at me? You take every opportunity to undermine my efforts. Really, I don't know what's happening to you, Cinders. Do you think I'm stupid, or that I don't have any feelings? I'm trying to understand you. I really am. But it seems like you are reveling in this chaos you are creating, as if you wanted things to fall apart. Despite the efforts of all those who want to keep things together.
This is where we differ, Gloria. True, our relationship was never civil, but I think I'm beginning to understand why. We may be a family, but we are not alike.
Never mind. Well,
Is she right or is she wrong?
I don't know, you tell me.
Nah.
Wrong?
Wrong.
Skippity-doo. Nah.
Skippity doodah?
Skippity-yay.
My oh my?
What a horrendous day.
Thought we should reason with.
Hmm?
That we should reason with.
Okay, she likes us. That's nice.
She likes us. She really likes us.
Okay, back to town?
I guess. What's gonna happen in town?
I don't know. Oh yeah, this. Hey look, it's all of your roles on one screen.
Kill me, please.
No, because you're not actually required to read any of it right now.
Especially after last night. I guess I could drop by and see how he's doing. Just an innocent meetup of two old friends. Also spend some time at the tavern, chatting with townspeople, making friends, and hearing all the gossip. That is where the life of the town concentrates. Captain said he was headed there. Speaking to him proved to be worthwhile so far. Choices. Watch out, Cinders, or you may get used to it.
I'm gonna save.
Store?
I'm gonna save and then I'm gonna save the tavern. But I'm hoping we have time for the store as well.
We should be able to do it?
Sorry, friend. This girl has her priorities straight.
Then we should talk about the prince?
We. I think it's understandable.
It is a difficult choice, but I understand why it has to be done. It's rare to hear such an opinion from an outsider. You really do carry wisdom beyond your years. Sometimes I miss the days of the king. Things were simpler then, even conflict. I'd rather have a sword thrust in my heart than a dagger in my back. These days, everything is poisonous words and false smiles. The old ways might have been more violent, but they were more honest too. Even in times of so-called peace, people's lives could be destroyed. The prince tries to solve as much as he can with diplomacy, but he will have to make some difficult decisions. That's enough of such heavy subjects, though. Rather get to know you more, if you don't mind. Skip.
By all means, you should be in bed at this hour. You had a busy night. I must say I'm impressed by your energy.
Oh, something tells me you know I would stick around and get back to you faster than usual.
Such is the principle of good service of any kind. A satisfied customer always comes back for more.
Oh, now this is a strangely appealing way of explaining finances.
Now that I made you blush, I can see how pale you are. You look tired, Cinders.
Where's time to sleep when there's so much fun to be had?
So how was your day?
I'm glad you asked. Something strange happened that I need to talk about. I'd always start wondering if I dreamt it.
Oh? Did you win the royal lottery?
No, we pressed the royal skip button.
Yep.
I can stop now. Let's see. I can tell a liar when I see one. You ain't no princess love. Want the old hag's secrets true, but if little me stands in your way, you just spill. You'd sing to her like a pretty songbird if it means getting what you want. Got fiery eyes, man. He told me to watch out for the likes of you. I won't tell you nothing. Don't want to get burnt.
I need your help. You have to tell me.
Oh, this is different. Oh no. I don't have to do a thin love. As free as a stray dog. Thinks this chat's over, lassie. I told you all I know. No point in milking this cow for more.
Probably would have been the middle option.
Maybe?
I know you're still hiding things from me.
Told you all I could, and that more than most folk get anyway. You're a lucky little bird. Best I leave you alone now.
Don't you dare turn away.
Cheers, love. I don't know if we made enough, good choices, maybe, to, get him to tell us at all. I don't know.
Oh, we probably made the smart choices. So it'd probably be the middle one.
I don't know if there is an option here that we could make him spill, actually. I'm wondering.
No, there probably would be. I think it would have been the middle one.
Well, we didn't save, so unless you want to go all the way back to before the inn, which, I mean, we can just skip, so that's not the worst thing. Yeah, we'll probably just go for, something or
Run
other.
away.
Yeah.
Heavens, I even begin to sound like him. Go back home.
Bye!
Run away.
Oh.
Huh?
Oh.
Ding, 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 ding. Perpetual dings. Dings everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Hide. Said hide.
What?
No.
Okay, fine. I guess it doesn't matter if we're choosing runaway.
Yee. Who was that? I'm knocking on my window at this hour. Some shady character must be.
Cinders. Psst. Cinders. It's me, Tobias.
What are you doing here? Never mind. Come before someone sees you and tells Cosmosa she has yet another reason to mop the floors with me.
It's good to see you in such a cheerful mood.
I'm sorry. It's just that Carmosa's back and she has such a soothing effect on people around her.
I'm sorry to bother you and risk her getting mad at you. It's just that I had to see you.
You did, huh? And why would that be?
I knew you'd have a hard day today, so I figured you could use some cheering up. Was I mistaken?
Correct as always.
I didn't quite hear you. Could you say that again? Preferably put that in writing as well?
I said that humble merchants should stick to their numbers, since they tend to be mistaken when it comes to people, even if they do things right from time to time.
Even though merchants also need to be able to read people somewhat well.
Shh.
I'm deeply wounded. I'm not sure whether I want to take you on that secret date I had planned for tonight.
Oh, I love this idea for cheering me up. I should be sad more often.
Don't be. I think we can figure something some different and pleasurable way of spending the evening for times when you are happy.
So what do I do now?
Can you sneak out of the house for a while?
Sure. I know a great place you could visit at this time. And here we are. How do you like this spot?
Is this the secret place you come to think quietly or relax? Or simply to hide?
Yes, it calms me. I feel safe and relaxed here. More at home than at Caros's Manor, I guess. That's why I come here.
I like it. It's beautiful. And secluded enough not to worry about sharing the view or your solitude and thoughts with some random stranger passing by.
Except for a drunkard.
Only if you're the prince and guard.
Somehow I sometimes feel safer with no people around.
There is no soul in sight. I bet we could scream on the top of our lungs and no one would hear us. That's terrifying.
And why would any of us scream, you think? Because I'm not in the mood to repeat the sounds from last night. Oh my gosh.
We're gonna skip that line. We're gonna skip a couple of these lines. Indeed, how could you have? Of course, I've missed you in many ways. But what I meant this time was this place is peculiar. There's a weird atmosphere here.
Apart from you almost rhyming, I don't really know what you mean by weird.
Sure, steer clear of the atmosphere here, my dear, because something's lurking near.
Now I'm quite sure there's something in the atmosphere here. It certainly influences the senses.
But I'm serious. Feels like there's something lurking in the shadows on the shore or beneath the lake's surface. Or maybe it's just the fairy tales and children's stories talking. Or the fairies.
The fairies?
Yes. Spoopy fairies.
Really? The stories told about this lake make you nervous?
Well, let me just say I think you're quite brave to come here alone. I feel chills thinking about the stories I've heard.
Well, I found them comforting. My father usually created a friendly world of mystery, fairies, and adventure. I used to love entering it while listening to him.
Yeah, your father had a way with children. And stories. He was a wordsmith. I used to love it when he came to do business with my parents.
Sometimes I still miss him a lot.
I'm sorry. Your father was a wonderful man.
I guess he was.
You guess?
Ever heard of a child with a clear and objective view of their father? I remember him being an all-knowing wizard when I was little. Then I became a teenager and grew out of his stories, at least a bit. He miraculously changed. The wise man was suddenly gone.
Oh, yes. Mine somehow did the same. He changed horribly. Must have been an epidemic of some sort.
Now I actually do believe he was wise. His stories taught me many things.
All my father taught me was how to count money.
And mine was a big child. At least partially irresponsible when it came to everyday life. Everyone has flaws. At least your father taught you something practical.
Ah, yes. The grass is always greener in somebody else's yard. My childhood was fine, but I always thought yours was better. Remember the good parts, not only the flaws.
You've clearly missed your calling. You should have become a philosopher, not a merchant.
I did consider it, but the pay was way lower. Somehow people are willing to pay much more for candy or spices than for wisdom, so that is what I'm selling.
Penny for your thoughts.
Do you believe it?
Believe what?
Well, the stories, the fairies, magic in this place, everything people say.
We haven't actually officially met the fairies.
They came in the dream, but yeah.
Would you think I'm very silly if I said I did?
Considering what the stories said that happened to those who said so, especially here, I wouldn't dare to utter a word of contempt.
Well, that's settled then. I do believe a bit, and you don't judge me. I think my father's story stuck a bit more than I expected. Recently, this place... strange things began happening when I came here. I don't know.
Seriously? What happened?
It doesn't matter. Forget I said anything. See, you want to talk about something?
I wanted to get you out of the house, mostly. Help you relax after a tough day.
Mission accomplished. I do feel relaxed already. Just let's not come back yet, if you don't mind.
Of course. Also, there actually is something I can't get off my mind.
Should I get tense again and brace myself? Please let me know in advance.
I'm serious, and I need to know if you are. Serious. About us, that is.
I thought that was obvious. Of course I am. Do you want more proof?
No, let's skip that, thank you. I'm sorry, but I had to ask. I mean, you were enjoying your freedom for the first time in years. You could finally do anything you wanted, and...
I seriously advise you to stop now. Yes, I am serious about us. Now drop the subject before you start insulting me.
I'm sorry. I really am. But if you are, have you given any thought to what happens now?
You're right, I haven't. I was so concentrated on Carmosa and the events of the last couple of days. Sorry.
Well, I have. And frankly, I have no idea what we could do. And I'm sorry, but sneaking about and meeting once in a blue moon in secret is not an option for me.
Do you like it now? Don't you like it now? The thrill of no one knowing and sitting in this secret hideout?
Of course I do. But I also want to be able to go out with you in the evenings, or take you places I like outside of the town. I want to boast to the world we're together. I'm not sure what to do to make that happen.
As long as my situation in Carmosa's mansion is the way it is, we have no real options.
Alright. So now that's settled, we need to change that situation.
And how do you propose we do that?
Well, we could leave that situation behind entirely. Leave all this behind and start normally somewhere else. Compared to Carmosa, it can't sound that bad, can it? Even though I was the one who rejected this idea last night. Or 2 nights ago? I guess it was like 2 nights ago.
But maybe we don't have to do anything so drastic?
I'm sorry, but leaving things the way they are basically means breaking up. It is a valid option, but let's not do that, shall we?
That's not what I meant. I guess I was just wondering whether things could change here. Nothing's impossible, if you want it hard enough, right?
Right, let's assume things can change. How do you think we should proceed?
I need to think of something. I need to do that fast.
I was hoping for something a little a bit less obvious, but that's a start. Any chance you can specify that?
I could, but what for? I've got a couple of ideas, and I don't want to bet on any one of them until I've thought them through.
Some might say that keeping the second party totally in the dark is a bit cruel. I wouldn't say that, of course, but some might, just so you know.
Carmosa returned home with a plan. She's acting on it, and many unusual things happen in our house nowadays. If I act wisely, I may turn them to my advantage.
So you do have some sort of plan ready?
Sort of is the right way to say it. I have an outline, or a rough plan of a plan, but the answer is yes. I do have a sort of a plan.
I'm glad you see a way out, because I must admit I wasn't so optimistic when I came here.
I'm glad I could cheer you up. Let me know if you ever need that again.
I'm serious. Look at the odds. Our chances are just so slim. Life's not a fairy tale, and love doesn't always prevail. To the contrary, I would even say it usually doesn't.
I didn't quite hear you. Could you repeat what is it that does or does not prevail in this case?
Right. Yes, I did say love. But that is beside the point.
Oh no. That is precisely the point of all this.
You're changing the subject. And we do need to concentrate and think of something fast. Regardless of how I feel, it may be simply impossible to be together.
Oh, you are in such a cheerful mood today. All right, my dear Doomsayer. What can we do in your opinion?
I really don't know. Stacking up odds is what I do. Profit and loss, chances of failure and success. Today the numbers make no sense and give me no clue to this.
I can change my life.
Why? No!
Pondering the odds won't get us anywhere. What we need is action. I need to take life in my own hands and change it.
I wish it was that simple.
It is, in a way. No one will do that for me, so I need to act, no matter the odds. After a taste of freedom, I don't think I can just forget it and go back.
I agree. One needs to make their own choices and act to see things change. But you can't just ignore the situation you're in. You're playing the cards life dealt you. For instance, would Carmosa, her daughters, want to change? Or should they do that, even assuming they wanted to? You do need to take that into consideration.
Even if their fate is sealed, mine isn't. Regardless of what they do, I'll still find room to maneuver. You'll see. I know the change is within reach. Just please trust me.
What an interesting way of spelling maneuver.
Maneuver.
If you could talk to fate and convince it to change for you, you'd get what you want for sure. I know you've almost convinced me, and I was pretty set when I came here.
Good. So please, give me just a little more time, and you'll see things will change.
Okay, I'll trust you and wait. It is really comforting to see you so confident about it.
I'm glad we understand each other. See, the future isn't as dark as it seemed.
Certainly not now, when we can sit together at the lake and hold hands.
Yes, let's concentrate on that, not on the problems and obstacles. Can we be a normal couple for a while? Watch the stars and each other's company?
Yes, let's watch each other's company. I don't know about you, but I'm already doing that, enjoying your company and the stars.
Do you remember how this conversation started?
What do you mean? I threw a pebble at your window and...
No, not that part. Gosh dang it.
Okay.
Gosh dang it.
That's so gross, considering we know the fairies watch everything happening here. Oh, okay. We're also gonna just hit up the cemetery after that. Cool.
That's weird.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
I see. Sorry, but this is a bit too much for me. The future is unknown as it is. Adding another unknown to it won't make things easier. I don't know what your offer really means. Besides, once I give up my right to make my own decisions, I become a prisoner of fate or luck or something else. Something I don't understand. I won't risk that. My decisions belong to me alone.
You are small, but your illusions are great. What choice do you speak of? What fate would you like to forge on your own? Your limbs are already shackled, but you like to listen to your own voice too much to be able to hear them clatter. Your tools are forged, your route is planned. You are an artifice, but not of your own making.
Maybe there are some things I can't change, but it only makes decisions I can make all the more precious. Are you trying to tell me that it's all set in stone? That I was played like a pawn on a chessboard?
You were born, were you not? Your words are stubborn, like your mother's before she understood. Your choices carry weight, like the one you are making now, but they will not be heavy enough. Such things fly like feathers when fate blows. You do not want to see, but you need our aid. That is why we have come.
Maybe I am wrong, but it is my choice. As long as I have one, I prefer to do things my own way.
Your path is unfolding. Soon you will have to act and make a choice. You will be guided by your blood and nature. When it will come to pass, we will be waiting for you.
I still can't believe it. Any of it.
And yet your blood speaks otherwise. You are your mother's daughter. Your fate has brought you to the lake.
Cemetery.
I guess the cemetery is next to the lake, sort of. Definitely deep. Why not?
I mean, not like it matters.
Yeah. We don't have the secret, so we can't get her arrested.
Yep.
Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah.
I'm sick and tired of people telling me what to do all the time. I'm going to show Carmosa, Gloria, and everybody what I'm really made of by running away.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't afraid of who I am or the influence that I can have on people. They only knew what I'm capable of. I want to see their faces when the poor Cinders they thought they caged appears on the royal ball and steals their spotlight. Besides, it's only the beginning. After the ball, my life is going to take a turn. Things will change. You sound very convinced. May I know how exactly you're going to make things change? Make this change happen? Like all the other young girls, unhappy with their lives? I sort of thought that you could help me with that, with the details. But I basically have two routes of actions I could take. I could try to escape to town and start all over.
Or we could skip all this dialogue.
Run
Run away! Run away!
I think I could ask Tobias to go with me. I know he's someone I can trust. I also think he may be in love with me.
Look at that smirk on her face as she says that.
Really? You convinced the merchant to leave his business in the town within just a few days. That's very skillful, Cinders. Well done. It's not like that. Tobias and I go way back. We played as children together. I hate to ask him to do this, but I think it's the only way for us to be happy, regardless of what people may think. If only the young would focus more on action and less on making dramatic statements about it. You'll learn soon enough that there is no such thing as the only way. There's always another way, and usually more than one.
Yeah, there were 2 whole other options back there.
But you were smart to join with Tobias. Seems like a good and smart man. As far as escape plans go, your is quite good.
Yes, your is quite good.
Yours is quite good. I doubt Carmosa will sit back and allow me to run away freely, though. Won't get far if she sends her henchmen after me. So we shall skip the henchmen.
Skip, skip, skip. Carmosa can't afford henchmen anyway.
Seems generally serious with his feelings towards me. Running away together is something different. It is a step with no option to turn back. And a lot to ask for, especially when his whole life and business are here. Maybe if we had more time, but leaving everything just tomorrow? No, no more whining. Let's go talk with the man before I change my mind by myself.
Cinders, it's good to see you again. I swear, whatever Lady Carmosa is doing to keep you indoors, it clearly isn't working.
You have no idea. But today, it's a bit different. Big changes are coming, Tobias. I came to speak to you about something very important.
Yes, I can see that. Tell me, what's going on?
I've been thinking about our conversation, about our chances for being together, and how slim they are unless we leave, and
Yes?
I want to escape this town with you, and start everything over. I want to be able to live a normal life without other people coercing me to play a role I didn't choose. I want to experience this with you. Would you be willing to share it with me?
Cinders, this is very... I mean, are you sure? This is no small decision.
I thought about it thoroughly, and I asked someone for advice. Believe me, this is the only option we have.
I see. We spoke about this, yes, and staying here does seem like a grim perspective, especially for you. But leaving also means going somewhere, arriving at a new life. How can we know it will be better? Actually, do we know anything about it at all?
You are a proficient merchant, Tobias. You may underestimate your skills, but not everyone would be able to pick up their father's business at such a young age and make it prosper. Whatever place we'll find ourselves in, I'm absolutely certain we'll do well. And if not, we would at least have each other.
I do have some savings and some experience. I reckon starting anew, opening a new shop far away from here is risky but doable. But I have a feeling you're in a hurry to leave, aren't you?
Right as always. I think we should leave right after the ball.
You mean tomorrow? Don't tell me you're planning to murder someone.
No, that's in a different route. Trats, you know me too well. The perfect material for an assassin. These rags I'm wearing make me inconspicuous and difficult to spot.
My thoughts exactly. And why the hurry?
Why wait? There's nothing here for us, Tobias. The moment I realized this, my mind was set. Each day spent in this place is a day wasted to us. Waiting does us nothing good. We need to leave as soon as possible.
Which means right after the ball. Which you have to attend, am I right?
I need to be there for myself. I need to show my family and all those people who I really am. I won't go down in this town's history as some worthless broad who eloped with the local merchant. No, I will fly my colors proudly before that. Show Carmosa she made one mistake that she can't fix with money and intrigue.
You sound lovely when you're confident like that. Or scary. I can't decide.
It's you who gives me confidence.
Alright. This is way beyond manageable risk, but I guess one can't apply business standards to everything. And in some strange way, it all actually makes sense. I agree. Let's do it. Let's escape together.
I know I could count on you, Tobias. I just can't word how grateful I am. We'll meet tomorrow after the ball at the crossroads. I'll try to be there around midnight.
And then we leave. I still can't believe we're really doing this. I won't even have the time to sell my inventory. But we are. Don't listen to me. I'll be there tomorrow.
Don't worry. I feel that for the first time in my life, I actually know exactly what I'm doing. This will work.
I have a question. Was this here that first day, or is that Carmos's necklace?
Well, I've been wondering that the entire time, but I think that's always been there.
I guess we'll find out in the next playthrough.
But I have been wondering that, like, the entire time.
I feel like I don't remember that being there in the first time we go in the shop, but I don't remember for sure.
I think it is, because I think I made a point of looking out for it. But I can't remember now, because I'm dumb. See you soon. Bye. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart.
And off she goes. If this were a game of chess, she'd be the queen and I a pawn.
And then the pawn captured the queen.
Although I think I'm going to miss my sisters. Who would have thought? After all, we are all creatures of habit. It's like throwing away shoes that haven't changed. But we're very familiar. One would hesitate, right? Wasn't always easy, but I've grown attached to them. Somehow. I do hope they'll be fine. Alright, enough of this. I need to go into my room and stay there as usual. When Carmos comes back, I need to look like nothing is going on. Ruff, 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 ruff. Meow, 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 meow. Having fun.
Yes. Even though I'm making fun of him, Mog is just sitting up on the cat tree licking himself.
Stuff happened. Stuff happened.
Now we're talking and blah 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 blah
Flirting
blah
will
blah
happen.
blah. Please don't make me voice him, because his voice I made so fucking low. Oh, I didn't have to talk as him.
Aren't you so happy?
I am. I am so happy.
You don't need to worry. There's a brave and witty young man joining me in my journey. A knight to protect a lady. That is only proper. A merchant, to be precise. That was my heart's choice, and I must say that I can't imagine a knight to be a better companion for me.
Pro of a different race. Aww.
Ah yes, the times are truly changing. Good to know at least the romance stayed the same. Young lovers escaping by the cover of the night. Yes, that romance fairy tale is what I choose to live by. You should try it sometime. I assure you it feels wonderful.
Alright, next route.
Maybe some other day I will. I wish you luck, fair maiden. May fate smile upon you both. Good luck, Captain. And thank you again for your help.
Cinders?
I'm here.
Hello, Cinders. Oh, let me greet you properly.
That's the time. I didn't quite get that. Could you repeat what you mumbled in your greeting? You do realize we're in the middle of a dangerous forest on a cold night.
Who cares about the surroundings as long as I am with you?
I still can't believe you're about to throw everything away to escape with me.
I don't either. So how about not leaving any time for doubts? Are you ready?
I don't need to be ready. I'm happy. Actually, for the first time in years, I don't fear or feel regret. All I feel is bliss. I'll be happy to go wherever the road takes us.
Meanwhile, in the background, wee 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 wee.
Oh no, the cops!
Hope things are okay.
I can't promise you it's going to be an easy road, or even that the place it ends at smells good. It probably doesn't. But I am glad I'll be there with you.
Me too. I always wanted to have smelly adventures.
Fine. That I can promise to provide.
Even if it comes to that, this is the life of my dreams, you know? We're free. We can experience whatever we choose and pick a life that suits us.
And we have each other, for good and bad.
Shall we?
After you, always.
Finding happiness and freedom in her own birthplace was not meant to be for Cinders. Sick of her life and her stepmother's games, she decided that the only way to find peace is to escape the town and start her life over. Though her travels don't spare her hardships, she finds the sense of her newly found freedom invigorating, and tries to take whatever life throws at her. At least she's not alone. She convinced Tobias the merchant to sell his store and accompany her in this new life. They settle in a town at the edge of the kingdom. Thanks to Tobias's money and Cinder's wits, they manage to live an honest and peaceful life as merchants. It may not be the life or of adventure she knew from her books, but she's happy nonetheless. She thinks of her old family sometimes, or sees no news about their circumstances. She can't help but wonder what happened to Lady Carmosa and her daughters. These moments of nostalgia quickly pass, though, when she realizes that she lives a new life now, one that would be impossible if she decided to stay.
Oh, I guess you don't have the possibility of becoming friends with the sisters if you leave, which makes sense, but that's kind of sad.
Yeah, it makes sense.
All right. Traveler.
Independent woman. 62%.
With Tobias.
With Tobias.
I wonder what the undiscovered on this one is.
I've gotten spoiled.
Did you spoil yourself?
Yeah.
I told you not to spoil yourself.
Yeah. I mean, that is not something we would have gotten. Unless we actively go for it.
Alright, you tell me later.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for today. We got a whole route in. With a lot of skipping. And a lot of gross.
That was so gross. Why? Why did they need to do that?
Technically, they didn't. I think we could have skipped it. I'm not sure how that changes the romance stuff. It's fine. We're all adults here.
I'm not an adult. I'm 2.
We're all adults here. We're just not all aloe adults.
Okay, that's fair. Anyway.
Anyway.
Thanks for watching.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.